down. Oh no, that's not what I wanted.
Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday, Millie.
How you guys doing today?
I'm great.
Why don't I see us on my telephone? Like it hasn't started yet. It says waiting. That's weird.
Oh,
We
I see
are,
us on
yeah,
mine.
You
we
see?
are on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's just me. All
Now we're
right.
live.
Well, very good.
Oh,
Hi, everybody. So this Sunday,
Hey,
we've
hey.
got a special treat for you. It's going to be a little different. This Sunday, we're going to go down the inevitable rabbit holes that we always go down, except this time it's scripted. So this time we got our famous little spinner wheel, and we will be spinning that wheel, and each one of us has submitted 3 questions. So when the spinner wheel stops, whoever's question is picked will read their question, and the lucky panel gets to answer. And definitely comment, let us know what your thoughts are because we will be looking down. Um, and hopefully, you guys enjoy this, and we can do this maybe once a month or once every few weeks. So, here we go. Oh, well, I should ask everyone, how was your week, guys? Because we had some major X flares over the weekend, and I know some people are really affected. How about you,
really?
Victor?
That explains so much because I've been sleeping almost all day for the past 2 days, and I'm just like, why am I so
Oh,
lazy?
ah, there you
Oh,
go.
that's interesting.
I hate it, and I hate it because I have so much I want to do, and I can't get it done because I'm so tired. I'm like, just sleep half an hour, I'll be fine. Then 2 hours pass, and I'm like, I have wasted the day. Okay,
Aw.
okay, this explains so much because I feel like such a slob. Okay, my wife's
Did you
like,
dream?
just what?
Did you dream? I've heard a lot of people having vivid dreams over, like, especially from like last night.
They're all pretty messed up dreams about being in airports and moving unknown cargo back and forth. It is my job, and I don't know what I'm doing. And like, no, no, it is your job. Move this. And like guys in black and military guys with glasses telling me to move cargo in the airport. That I'm like, why am I here? And yeah,
Oh,
it's some
let's
scary,
explore
scary
this.
dreams. And
Wow.
in forests, running around, trying getting chased by something that you can hear breaking through the woods. Yeah, I've had some really messed up dreams.
That's a whole episode. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
all these kinds of dreams. Yeah, yeah. But
Wow.
this explains a lot because I feel so lazy, but I
Nope.
just don't feel the energy. Just I can't get to sleep. I can't get enough sleep.
Nope. You're perfect. You're right where you're supposed to
And
be,
that's
just
me
like the rest of
too.
us. Yeah, Trista, you too,
Yeah,
sleeping a lot?
too. But I mean, I lost my job, so I've been kind of not
Mhm.
so in the greatest of spirits. So I kind of was thinking that was why. But I mean, if I have another reason, that's even better and less guilt. So
Good.
excellent.
Excellent is right. How about you, Victor?
Yeah, crazy dream. I think I mentioned it. I mentioned it at sunrise that it was weird. Absolutely weird. Like I had a really cool house who I was hanging out with and a wonderful motorcycle, classic motorcycle. And it was weird because he was very intellectual and very bubbly and just showing me around the place. And it seemed like a place that I'd owned before. And it was really bright outside and the grass was almost fake, but it was real grass, but it was trimmed very low. Everything was, it was cool. It was cool.
Hmm.
So mine wasn't weird or anything. It was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting and that's interesting. And yeah, it was a cool space. Then I woke up and just like, what the heck? What the heck? But see, I need more sleep. I think I need more sleep because I stay up with some people and burn the midnight petroleum. Yes. Yeah. Look at all these smiles on this face. Yeah. You
Nice.
guys know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, but it's been a great day, interesting week. Oh, and today I had that experience as like everything changed. Did any of you guys have that? It's like things felt different today. And I had that like 2 weeks ago. I was just like
Hmm.
everything felt different. So, and maybe
Interesting.
it's a
I
daily
mean,
occurrence. I don't know.
I don't know. Every day feels better and better to me. So I'm happy. No
Good.
complaints. But I did have weird dreams too, and I felt like I was in an alternate reality. So that was different.
Wow.
Yeah, very weird.
I mean, you kind of are when you're dreaming.
Yeah, no, but this was like really like I was. in somebody else's reality. Love that. So I guess it was
Ooh,
an alternate reality too, but it was one of my siblings, and it was really weird. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
cool.
Let's say hi to everyone here that's burning the midnight oil with us today to start off the week. Scotty and Christine and Angela and Amaya, Amaya.
Maya,
Uh,
Maya.
yeah,
Yeah.
Amaya, and Henny and Robin. Who else we got here? Hey, Liliana's here too. Nuestra
Hey.
familia humilde. Nice to see you. And who else we got? Clint. Good to see you.
And
Thank you for being here with us. And that's it for now because Millie's
I
going
wanna
to
I
another
wanna say
school.
hi to Anne just in case she's watching quietly, because I have a friend who might be watching tonight. So, hi,
Okay.
Anne.
Hello, Anne, and
Don't be
everyone else in
scared.
the background. Yeah, we don't bite. Lakeside. All right. So, Victor, if you'll do the honors and spin that wheel so we can get started and see where tonight's going to lead us.
I would love to. Here we go.
I can't see the wheel.
Wow. Okay. Millie
Is that me?
won.
Oh, okay. Great. Did you enter mine in order? Should I just look on where I put them?
Yes. Just, yeah, read your first one, whichever one you want to be your first one.
Okay. There you go. All right. Can you guys share an experience where you're sure that there was divine intervention to assist you? Hopefully, you've all had an experience where you've experienced divine intervention.
I
I'll go
thought of
for
one
Oh, go
before
ahead.
this, now I can't remember. No, you go, because I can't remember what I thought I had one.
Well,
Should have written stuff down.
some people would think of divine intervention as being something that, like pushed you on the chest when you were about to fall off a precipice or something like that. But mine was, of all places, in Hawaii. And Scotty will know where I'm talking about, up Pyramid Rock during the summer. And it was flat. I just went out just to paddle around on one of my boards. And got really close over to the pyramid because there's a big pyramid right there. It has a control tower or something on top of it. And I was sitting there, I was looking away, and I smelled, all of a sudden I heard this, and I could smell fish. And I turn and look, and there's an enormous sea turtle that came up beside me. And I just sat there, just mouth agape for about 4 minutes. And I put my hands out. Didn't know what I was doing, but I just felt guided to put my hands out and share those wonderful moments with the enormous sea turtle. I'd never seen one that large. I mean, it was big, huge. Like, I've got my arms out. I would say it was probably at least 4 by 4, 5 by 5, something
Wow.
like that. And I just sat there and looked in that creature's eyes. And that, to me, it was profound, absolutely profound. So I would say that's a divine moment.
Yeah, I've never even seen a turtle that big, even in a zoo. That's huge. Wow. Majestic. Whew. And was there something that you were facing during that time that you think that it somehow helped you, or it was just
Oh,
one of those moments?
I just gotten back from Desert Storm, so I think it was probably kind of like a, hey, everything's gonna be all right, and something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, Lucky, Trista, either?
Okay.
Uh, Go ahead, Lucky.
Well, I remember one of the first weird situations like that where the house I grew up on was this thing called Dead Man's Curve, which right before the driveway was things. It was a very sharp curve down a hill. And unfortunately, I was driving a little bit too fast in the winter. And what they did was rather than dump salt all the way down, they put a big pile of salt. I hit the salt and went over the salt and hit the ice and just went straight down, went down the hill. And I heard, just don't worry, everything will be fine. So I'm sliding down the hill off the road into the ditch. But rather than hit a tree or anything, I went into a bush. But unfortunately, I moved 20 feet to the left into the bush. If I didn't, or fortunately, I would have keep going down and went into basically into a short river. I would have gone off into the river and probably rolled over or something. But instead, I hit a bush, And so when the tow truck driver came to pull the car out, there was no damage to the car because the bush broke the car's um, progress. I'm not sure momentum. It was the weirdest thing. And when tow truck pulls the car out, and he says, "I've never seen this before. This is a miracle. Your car's in perfect condition." I'm like, "Well, it's not even mine. It's my mother's, because it was a truck
Oh,
vehicle." So, and of course, my mother's coming. She was there, and she was mad. She was mad. "Oh, we've lived here all our lives, and Dead Man's Curve. And what's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Well, I heard. Don't worry." And then they pulled the car out because you didn't tell. It was in the bush. They pulled it out, and so the tow truck pulls it out and goes, "Okay, um, you want to drive it home?" And that day, so he drove it home, and they looked at it with a few scratches on it. But besides that, it was an old truck. It was the farm truck which I was using as a daily vehicle, and it was the most weirdest thing in my life. That car was in perfect condition, by going down
Wow.
pretty much about 30 feet down into the ditch and end up into a. They still don't know. To this day, we still don't know exactly how I got the truck to move into the right way to hit the bush.
Wow.
It was
or,
amazing.
ho- or how a bush held up such a heavy truck.
Uh,
I
It,
mean, that
it,
must have been some bush.
it, well, it was a big bitty bush. It was a big briar bush because it was an area that we didn't because there's no one did upkeep in that area. The guy who owned that land, it was part of the cranberry bogs, and it wasn't his land. I mean, he ignored it.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome.
Stop being dirty.
Not my mom as a baby boy.
I'm just thinking, what a sight.
Yes, indeed.
Trista?
Uh, okay, so um,
Ah,
yeah, I can't think of one that's like. I mean, other than and I mean, I don't know if this is divine intervention necessarily, but there was one time I almost stepped out in traffic, and my friend's boyfriend, who didn't even like me, so maybe that's the divine intervention part. But he grabbed me by the back of the shirt, and if he hadn't, I totally would have gotten just smucked. Um,
ooh.
but other than that, I guess, I mean, I have a divine moment. So when I was in high school, I went to stay with my friend who lived on a farm in like the middle of nowhere. So really dark skies, beautiful area, and got to stay for a week. And we went out one night, and well, we were smokers back then, and went out for a cigarette like about 7, and then went out again at like 1. And I was like, oh, it's brighter out now than it was earlier. That's weird. And she says, oh, maybe it's a full moon. And so she went to light her smoke, and I looked to see if it was a full moon. And I look up, and right at the top of the sky was red. And it was northern lights like I've never seen before. And regular northern lights are pretty amazing as it is, but this was incredible. So right at the top of the sky was red, and then it was like they dripped down in every direction, in every color. And I've
Wow.
never seen anything like it. And I couldn't speak. I was unable to speak, and all I could do was just hit her. So I'm staring up at it, and I'm just smacking her. And then she looks up, and she's like, "Holy shit!" And we're both just in awe. And we stayed out there for like 2.5 hours, just watching it until there was almost nothing left. So
Wow.
that would be mine.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
craziness.
Very nice.
Very nice.
All right. I love that. Okay. So,
You
am
re-
I supposed to share or
Oh yeah,
Sue?
sure.
Yes, you better.
Okay. Okay. Well, when I was sick in the hospital, there was, I went to a Catholic college, and there was a priest that I went away with, along with my brother and the rest of the class that took a trip for 14 days in Italy. And he was one of the priests, Father Damien, who came with us. And Father Damien had studied in Italy. He was coming to visit me. I knew that much, but and I was in and out of it a lot. And there was also a friend of ours that was coming whose brother was a priest, and he had a pair of gloves from Padre Pio's stigmata. So they actually had the blood on the gloves, and they were like or they are historical religious relic.
Hmm.
So he coincidentally or divinely shows up to visit me, and it's like this whole process for him to go get these gloves that are kept in a safe with, and he has to travel with bodyguards and everything. It's really crazy. But anyway, because I guess people would want these gloves. So he comes to visit me at the hospital on the same day that Father Damien shows up. And even though I had a fairly curable type of leukemia, he was performing the last rites on me, or that sacrament, for the dead,
Hmm.
and for me and my roommate. And then right before he's about to get started in the hallway, I hear talking, and my friend shows up with the gloves. And of course, he's in awe because now he had studied at some of the seminaries that Padre Pio had been, so they had crossed paths but never actually met. So I think that was pretty much divine intervention to have um, that sacrament performed by a priest that I knew, who also knew Padre Pio, and have those gloves. And then the lady who was my roommate was an avid follower of Padre Pio. So I think
Hmm.
that was just a really nice way of letting me know, hey, you're okay, you're in good hands, the gloves. And it was definitely a blessing, and a super special moment that I'll never forget.
Awesome.
And
That's
that's it.
awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right. So let's spin the wheel. Oh,
All
wait,
right.
should we do, let me, did you guys take a look? I don't know if I saw anyone that may have had something really cool.
I think everyone's getting
No,
baked.
we're good.
Hmm.
Yeah, baked bushes. All right, here we go. So let's spin that wheel.
All right, here we go.
The wheel's cool out. It takes the M1 off, so it's 11.
Oh,
Yeah,
smart.
Mm,
yeah.
Oh,
all
all right.
right, very nice.
All right, one moment, please. All right, my first question is, if you could relive any moment from your life without changing the outcome, which one would it be and why? If you could relive any moment from your life without changing the outcome, which one would it be and why?
Hmm.
Probably the one I just told, because that was incredible. But that feels like a cop out.
Yeah, let's try to stay away from our previous
Yeah,
experiences because I could say the
yeah.
same too. Because I
Uh,
would do that one. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Mhm.
I can give one because back probably 30 years ago now, I went to Quebec City with a few friends, and it was the most perfect trip where we hung out, we drank a little bit, we didn't get drunk. There was no idea about hooking up with women. It was just guys hanging out and having fun. We met people, friends of ours, male and female. It was one of those weekends where there was no agenda, completely no agenda, because we did have a friend who always looked to get the next conquest. He wasn't there, and we went to the art place, art museum. We went to different things, and it was one of those weekends where it was 5 days, but it was the most perfect thing where we hung out, we drank a little bit, no hangovers. We just hung out, had fun, and it was one of the times in my whole life where I just was totally at ease. There was, again, no agenda, just hanging out, having fun with friends and meeting people. And basically, in even my French, I speak a little bit of French. I'm terrible at it, but I got across so well that we got to places and spoke a little bit of French enough that we were treated like locals. It was just one of the most perfect weekend in all ways, perfect trips, vacation, and I'd love to do that again. I've never had that experience ever, except for Nova Scotia, but that's another thing entirely. But if I want to repeat that, it was just having a week on vacation with everything working out and no agenda and just being relaxed.
That's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
Okay, who wants to go next? Trista? Victor?
I don't know if
Oh,
I've
well, you
thought of
can't
one
go
yet.
yet because it's your question. I guess we'll save you for last.
Right.
All right. So, Trista, you go, and then I'll go.
Uh,
Do you have one?
uh, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like enough. I'm thinking like there were different times at like different rave parties that were pretty phenomenal that I would love to relive. Also, my very first concert when I was like 14 and, one of those screaming teenagers, like that feeling was amazing. So maybe something like that. And that was Skid Row and Aerosmith, if anyone's interested. Um, hmm, that's tough. Ooh, India. There's got to be something there. Can I just do the whole trip? Is that too long of a moment?
No, because the question. I mean, no, you can do. It's your answer, Trista. So however you want to answer it, except for a previous answer.
Yeah, let's go with India then. Yeah.
Excellent.
You know what? Can you repeat the question?
Certainly.
I thought I had the answer, but I forgot.
If you could relive any moment from your life without changing the outcome, which one would it be and why?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's still the same answer. So, when I was younger, like from a junior year on, I was very good about being very obedient. But then as I got to my senior year and I realized, hey, you know what? Doesn't really matter. Um, I became quite a little rebel. So one of the things that I did when I got my license is I broke curfew. I went to a party and I participated in a coin toss with my friend on who was going to get to hit on the guy that we liked. And I won the coin toss. And I'm really quite happy because had I not won the coin toss, I would not have my three kids right now. So,
Oh,
despite everything, it was a good coin toss, and I'm glad I won. And I would never think to coin toss or flip for somebody, but I did, and I won, and it was meant to be. So, here I
nice,
am. Hmm.
nice. I'll try to answer this question because I was sitting here sifting through because I had 30 different things come hit my brain. Of course, Laura hit on one of them. The birth of my son was huge, and that would be wonderful to relive. And I didn't go that route. I went for a different one, which I'll get to. But then, of course, I thought about my pets. Because if you've ever had to put an animal down, that's a beautiful, as sucky as it is.
Hmm.
It's a wonderful experience. As terrible as it is. I thought I'd be too tempted to change those. So I thought about this moment when I was living out in Arizona and I was driving to work one morning, had the top down, beautiful morning, and I was driving from Scottsdale down to Phoenix, and I wasn't on the main roads yet. And as I'm driving, I think I'm driving west, and there's all these hot air balloons, as they do down in Arizona, hot air balloons all over the place. And as I was driving, I had this moment of clarity. You guys know what I'm talking about when you have that moment of clarity? It's like everything gets really crystal clear. I've had it happen about 3 times, 2 or 3 times since I've been on the path. But it was like I had this moment of clarity which came in, and everything got so clear, and it lasted about 45 seconds, and it is the most amazing feeling ever. That's what I would choose as my answer to this question because it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing clarity for about 45 seconds. Then it's kind of like when you realize it's happening, then it kind of fades away. But yeah, that's what I'm choosing. That's what I'd like to relive. Most definitely.
Nice. That's pretty cool. And you get that crystal clear confirmation. Very
Indeed.
nice.
All right, let me
Let's
remove
see.
myself from here.
I am scanning the chat. I don't know if you guys are looking too. Yeah, I don't see.
I think the
Good night,
latest
Laura.
thing, yeah, Laura went to bed.
Hmm.
Night, Laura. Okay. Okay. I don't see. I don't see another one. All right. So let's spin it
All right,
again.
ready to spin it again. All right, here we go.
That's weird. You ready?
Oh
This
yeah.
is one of the things where you can accept it or you can give it to someone else. You have to tell us who you would give it to. You can be vague if you want. Would you accept the ability that anyone who hears your voice can only respond with the truth? Or would you give it to someone else, and who would you give it to?
Hmm.
Uh,
Say that one more time, please.
would you accept the ability that anyone who hears your voice, maybe you ask them a question, they could only respond with the truth? That everyone you talk to will only respond to you with the truth for the rest of your life? Or if you don't accept this, you have to give this blessing or curse to someone else.
Ooh, that's
So
fun.
I'm taking it. I'm totally taking it, and then I'm gonna become a journalist, and I'm gonna get way up in the journalism world so that I can interview some of the, like, biggest politicians, and then I'll probably be offed. But, I'm doing it anyway for the good of the world.
Ah, the disclosure queen. I love it. It's good.
Yeah, I think I would go a different route. I think that's really cool. But I would not keep the gift to myself. I would give it to a very specific judge, and this judge would be in charge of criminal cases.
Mm,
So that way, we never put an innocent person in jail, or we never
mhm.
execute an innocent person. There you go. That's my answer. Good
Hmm,
question.
I like that.
that's good. Well, I would keep it because as a Sagittarius rising, I wanted to get to the truth and I want to know the truth. So I would be very interested in the truth. How I would use that gift, though, um, or what truths would I be looking to uncover? I don't know. It seems like that would that would take a little bit of just seeing what rabbit hole I would want to go and probably do something like Trista and just to start disclosing or getting to the bottom of things. But I don't know which route I would go first. But definitely that would be that'd be great. That's a powerful thing though.
Yeah, yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I went a different route a little bit because I figured I don't have to tell anyone I know the truth. It would just be easier and honestly a lot easier because some people use, subtext when they say something. They want to be kind. They want to. It just gets convoluted. So I would take it, but I wouldn't tell anyone. I would just okay. This makes things a lot easier. I can understand. But then I'm like, if I was going to give it to somebody, if I wanted to give it to you, I would basically just give it to the youngest politician who seems to be okay, and just okay, here you go, politician. But I said, I'm going to keep it for myself anyways. But I was thinking about both sides of the situation. But yeah, I would keep it only because it would just make life for me so easy because there's no subtext, nothing to hide. People are going to hide things. I'll know it's all cool. I'll go from there. But I wouldn't use it for anything. I would just be quiet and be quiet about it because sometimes the best gift you keep to yourself. Well, maybe it's
All right.
selfish, but who knows?
But,
Okay.
giving it to a politician would be a waste because they just wouldn't be a politician anymore if that was the case.
It would
It
mess with
couldn't
them. It
be.
would mess with their lives
It,
entirely, and
yeah, yeah,
that would be my
they
secret
wouldn't be
joy.
able to.
Honestly, that's honestly what it is. It would be my joy to see somebody get something and know everyone around them is lying and see what they do with it. But again, it would be
Mm.
a waste. You're right. It would probably last maybe 6 months at the most.
Hmm.
But it's just a question, just for fun, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Unless they manipulate it to see who wouldn't go along with them. Just putting a spin on it.
And if we were real capitalists, we would just say, "Oh, I would just start my own business or go into something," and that way you could be a master negotiator.
Hmm.
Because you would know when they say, "Oh, we really can't do that. We can't afford to do that." In our position, you could be like, "Yeah." But really, the best negotiations, I think, in business are the ones that are equal, are work for both sides. And not necessarily saying it has to be exactly 50-50, but I think mutual agreements are the best when it comes to negotiating. So a win-win situation, put it that way.
Right.
They still make the sale and you still get a decent price. So,
Right.
yeah, great question, Lucky.
Okay. I don't see any questions. I just see discussion. These are good discussions. All right, so let's spin it again.
All right, here we go. Millie 3.
All right, here we go again. And we each had a turn, right? This is so nice.
Nope, but that's okay.
No,
No.
you didn't have one of your questions yet?
Nope, that's okay though.
I thought we did. Okay. Okay. Did you ever experience a place, a song, or a movie that reminds you of a past lifetime? Then we can start with whoever might be ready to answer first. If you guys think that you've had past lifetimes, I don't know.
So if I'm not allowed to say India, because that would definitely be my first choice for a place, but
Well,
I
did
don't know
you?
if this is going to happen with every question, but here we are. But if
No.
not, that's okay. When I watched Mulan, I yeah, that I felt a lot of connection with as well. Like the Disney movie, which is sad that it's a Disney movie that I felt that way about, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Did you go into it a little more, like to figure out like what role you played, or you just felt you had a lifetime in that
I
culture?
felt I had a lifetime there. I didn't explore it too much. Um, I did get the Chinese character for woman tattooed on me though.
Cute. Okay, I like that. Nice. How about you guys?
I remember there was a movie with about Columbus, 1492. It played that French actor, the big French actor, but doesn't matter. Yes, I honestly, it made me feel terrible because I afterwards I had dreams about being a minor guy on the deck and coming and doing terrible things to the people there. It was a horrible, horrible experience. So I did by watching that movie because that movie was very well done, close as possible to what it would have been like, and a lot of it triggered something my past, and I wasn't a good person, but also I was so minor that was kind of like kind of person to go along to get along. But again, it wasn't right. Yeah, I do remember that, and it wasn't pleasant. And of all past lives, I've had a couple of remembering, and they were all being minor and just trying to hand to mouth situations. So, but that was terrible because I was part of the situation that did terrible things to the local inhabitants who were just peaceful, lovely, peaceful people trying to, be nice. They were being nice, and what Columbus did was horrible. And afterwards, they did fight, but those people that Columbus first met, they were victims of a a tyrant. And I remember the whole thing. It was horrible. I don't want to remember that ever again.
Wow,
Wow.
that's pretty amazing. How about you, Victor?
I don't know if it's this really got me thinking. Maybe the things that we are, these movies and these songs and things like that actually not necessarily remind it. Yeah, maybe they're reminders of a past or future life and not as much as well, yeah, I guess to your question, I would say probably the late 1800s because I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan. I love
Mm,
that time of living and the way things operated. I think I would love it if I was a gentleman and had the means to do things like Sherlock Holmes did. But I'm not so sure I would like being a chimney sweep or something like that, unless I got to sing and run around on rooftops and have a friend named Mary Poppins. But also, then you think about it, my affinity for Star Trek as well. I've always loved it. Always loved Star Trek. And is that a past life, or a future life, or is it just something that we enjoy? And you could extrapolate this out to everything we enjoy. Everything you enjoy could be tied to some past or future life. So I would have to say I don't really have a strong affiliation other than just the genres that I really like, because I reread the canon, Sherlock Holmes, Arthur Conan Doyle every fall. So I'll be starting on it probably after a little bit closer to Thanksgiving. So that's
Super
just my
cool.
thing. Yeah.
I like that. I think that you're right. I think that we tend to gravitate towards the things that we've enjoyed in many other lifetimes, and that's why there are things, and either we know them well, or we just seem to like them because it reminds us of our that lifetime. Um, for me, it was sniper movies.
Hmm.
For some
Oh,
reason,
Oh,
I
interesting.
I like action movies to begin with, but there's been a couple of movies where they've like showcased snipers, or from the movie that's what I really identified with, and just the whole concept of going out by yourself, and just scouting an area and kind of hiding there for a while. Just the whole thing of it. Just I really identified with it, and luckily enough, I was in one of the Akashic readings, and I got to get picked. And sure enough, they did uncover that I had two lives as a sniper. And
Hmm.
I was like, oh, well, okay, no wonder. Back with a bow and arrow, though, they didn't find
Mm,
anything with guns. But in two lifetimes, I had been a sniper. So I thought that that was super cool. And it kind of linked together this idea, or this love of the whole sniper concept. So yeah.
Well, you need to read that book called Marine Sniper. Called It's not Marine Sniper 99 Confirmed Kills about Carlos Hathcock, and he was a sniper in Vietnam. You'd probably absolutely love that, outside of all the killing, of course. But it's fascinating what this guy put himself through in order to complete his missions. And he's a legend, of course, in the Marine Corps. But
Wow.
yeah, you need to
Okay.
check it out, Marine Sniper. And
Definitely.
I think
Cool.
he's actually still no, he died. He died in '99. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Awesome. That would be good with Veterans Day around the corner.
And the Marine Corps birthday is actually tomorrow. So
Oh, okay. Oh, tomorrow's my dad's birthday.
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
What a great day! What an auspicious day to have your birthday.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. And it was the Marines that picked him up when he defected from Cuba. So that's very cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know your
Yeah.
father defected from Cuba.
Yes, he did. He did.
Wow.
My dad's from Guantanamo, and it was illegal to learn how to swim, and he didn't know how to swim. And he was 17 years old, and he secretly learned how to swim. And again, they're from Guantanamo, so all he had to do was get to the base. But they knew many people wanted to do that. So he went out one October night on October 9th and got picked up on October 10th at around 10:10 p.m. Um, by people patrolling, and yeah, and they were Marines on the Navy base there that picked him up. So it's pretty cool.
So he got picked up on the 10th at
Hmm.
10:10.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a really wild
Wow.
story.
And his
Yeah,
birthday's the 10th.
and his birthday's the 10th of November. Yeah,
God, that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Jeez.
And he didn't know how to swim, and he jumps in an ocean in the Caribbean that's filled with sharks and everything. Had a patrol boat. They told him this was going to happen, and they're like, "Listen, a patrol boat's going to go," because my family has seers, and one of my aunts already picked off what she knew what he was going to do without anyone else knowing. And she's like, "You're going to have a patrol boat come over you, and you're gonna bump your head. You're gonna somehow hit that boat, and it's gonna make noise, and they're gonna stop. Just shut up. Just hold your breath. Stay still. They're not gonna see you. So just relax." And sure enough, it happened just like that. And yeah, he got picked up, and he was very lucky. I mean, just even not being a strong swimmer and jumping in the ocean like that, swimming in the ocean is incredible. So yeah, but when you're 17, you're invincible, right? So do or die.
Raw.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so let's spin it again. Let's see if we get Trista.
Yeah,
Come on,
hopefully.
Trista. I feel it's gonna be Trista.
Come on.
So close.
Oh, that's so silly.
Now,
Number
hold on 1 second. While you're looking that up, I listed them as M1, L2, wait, M1, L1, T1, and then V1 in my list. So they're all listed that way. So you have a really good chance, Tristan. You might be doing all the final three questions today because this is going to get smaller.
So, oh boy, this is a tough one. If you could have perfect health, but alcohol and drugs have no effect on you, would you take it?
What kind of drugs?
What?
What kind of drugs?
Alcohol or drugs.
No drugs. So
Oh,
basically, the doctors will give you a shot. You'll have perfect health, but on the other side of things, alcohol and drugs will have absolutely no effect on you. You'll be immune to alcohol and all psychoactive drugs, but you'll have perfect health. So you really won't need anything, right? Would you take it?
As someone who is in pain almost all the time, I absolutely would sign up for that. I would be a little uncomfortable that it's a shot. If it could
Sure.
be, a pill or a herb or something, I like that better. But
How about a magic wand?
yeah. Oh,
Sure.
that would be the best.
there you go.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'd be all for it. I want to be healthy, so yeah, it doesn't matter. So even better, you can drink with other people and drink them under the table, and it would have no effect on you. So I think that would be great.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the truth.
Yep. So it's all good.
Yeah, I think I would have the perfect health too. I think I would take that.
Oh, you guys are no fun. But
What
yeah,
with you?
Well,
What about you, Lucky?
absolutely 100% take perfect health. With my
wow.
migraines, I honestly, having alcohol, no effect. I like the taste of alcohol, fine, no effect, be great. I sometimes I take other drugs that are not, prescription, whatever, because they work better. And I won't need them anymore. I wouldn't need to, you know, the other drugs to feel better because sometimes the migraines are absolutely abysmal. I mean, the pain is just horrible. So yeah, 100%. I will take the perfect health and have no party drugs affect me, no alcohol affect me. Oh, that's fine. I'll take it. No
Wait,
question about
can
it.
we elaborate on that? Now let's talk about it spiritually. Let's answer that same question spiritually. Scotty makes a great point. Drugs and alcohol are part of the experience. So, and we're all old enough that if we had that switch right now, we probably had enough experience. But then from the spiritual side, would we be missing out because we're the sum of both of our deemed positive and deemed negative experiences? And many of us have had negative experiences with alcohol and or drugs. So that's food for thought.
For me, if I do you don't eat for a long while and just drink water, there's a name for that, where you
Fasting.
fasting. Why can't I remember? There's I couldn't remember that word. See, if I fast for more than 24 hours and I meditate, I can get similar effects. So there are other paths that would not involve external. So I can do it. So I wouldn't worry about losing my spiritual crutch. I don't know what to call medicine. I'm going to call it medicine for now. With the unofficial medicines for spirituality, I could still maintain it. It would be more effort, but honestly, I'd rather do the more effort rather than using something outside because I have had, like you was it when you were talking about that 45 seconds of bliss, that of enlightenment, of you use a word and I've lost that word too. Um,
Clarity.
Clarity, yes. I've had meditations where I've had that and it's been wonderful. What have I missed?
I like that.
What did
But you
Scotty
know
write?
what? I think Scotty means it more like how can you heal someone with an addiction if you haven't been through it? But my
Oh
answer
yeah.
to that would be is not all addictions are addictions having to do with drugs and alcohol. Like those are the most
Hmm.
prevalent, but there are many other addictions.
Like
So
Pico, people eat toilet paper.
Oh, crack.
yeah, you could help a bunch of toilet people, paper eaters, you know, or something else like
And
that.
did you
Anything's
see
addictive,
Angela's
though.
comment? You
No.
see Angela's comment said, "Yeah, if it's going to be a death becomes her situation, I'm out."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That movie. Yeah, that movie messed up with my mind too.
Ah,
Oh, it was a great
yeah.
movie.
It's a
And it's not
miracle.
going to erase their previous experience, right? Like, I didn't get that from the question. Like, what we've done in the past and accumulated to this point is still there. It doesn't
Oh no,
erase
no.
that,
No.
correct?
I think knowing what it's like for the, you know, alcohol and medicines helps you decide whether you'd want to give that. Because honestly, I've had some great experiences with just a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of medicine. I'm trying to use as much, and to take that away, I would lose something that I enjoy. But to be perfect health, like I said, the migraines, if I could 100% be ensured that I'd never have a migraine again, or knee pain or back pain, I'd give it all up. Yeah, 100%.
Cramps, menopause.
Yeah, cramps,
Oh, wait, is that just
menopause.
me?
Menopause. I just never have menopause again.
Oh, Angela.
The hot flashes.
Killing me, Smalls.
Mm,
Hmm.
yep. Let's spin that wheel.
Great question. Yeah, let's spin that wheel. There we go. No, T2.
Oh
Yay!
darn!
Okay, this is a two-parter. I hope that's okay.
Why not?
You've earned
Sure.
it.
If you, thank you. If you could go anywhere, where would you go? A, in space, meaning physical space, or and in time.
As an observer or as a participant?
Participant.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay, fine. If I could go anywhere, I would go back to the when Jesus was supposedly alive to see what was happening back then, whether there was a real Jesus or or if it was something else that we're missing. The language barrier, hopefully, it was the magic I could have also be overcome the language barrier. But I would love to know what was the preamble for Christianity, whether there was really a Jesus or it was some kind of collective knowledge that they would just assign an individual. I would love to know that. That's something that I'd want to. That would be something that I would love to know and to experience that and to because something was back there, but it all got convoluted. I'd love to know the real truth behind the Jesus mythology. I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but
Hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting. Are you ready, Millie? You want to go?
I'm not ready yet. Yeah, you can
Okay.
go.
I think I would want to go out and look at some of the moons of Saturn. If I could do it safely, we're going to assume that I've got this spaceship or something, and I have the technology appropriate for it. But I'd go look at Hyperion probably first, then I'd go look at Iapetus. Go look at all the strange shaped moons because Hyperion is like a sponge, almost a potato shape. It looks like
mm,
two pieces put together. So I would go explore that stuff because it's so much stuff. Or shoot, hey, go look at our own moon. Go observe it. Go inside of it. Or even go back to a time about 35,000 years from now and look up in the sky and see if the moon's there. that sort of
That's
thing.
that's good. I like that because I've always wondered that because I've always heard stories that one day the moon was just there. Like Chinese history says something about the moon not being there, and then it's there, and there's a gap there that there was no moon. And I'd love to know
I think
that.
there's
You're
a
right.
few cultures.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, I think it's all over the place, ancient cultures, even in India.
Not India. Not again.
That India place keeps coming up.
Um,
I think that I would want to go back to Tartaria.
Ooh.
And I like architecture, and they seem to have some astounding things. And they seem to have a lot of free energy and technology that supposedly doesn't even exist now. So I would like to go there. I think that that
Hmm.
would be an interesting place to go visit.
Oh, or experience Atlantis. That would be fun too. Oh, this. Okay, I don't want to. I
Hmm.
want to ruin it.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
yeah. It, I had intended on it being like a place and a time, but whatever you guys, however you wanted to answer. But I picked Lemuria
Mm,
and to sit on the moon and look at the Earth from the moon.
Oh, God, that's a good
Oh,
one.
that's
that's
good.
cool.
I had
That
a dream
that
like that, either a dream or possibly an astral projection like that one time, and it was pretty phenomenal.
Oh, I like that. Very cool. All right.
Next.
Well, yeah, I think it's time to spin again.
All
Yeah,
right.
now give another one to
Nope.
Trista because she's gonna the last three are gonna be hers.
It's all chance. Let's see.
No,
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. All right. Question number 2. What do you think is the biggest illusion that society perpetuates, and how has it affected your own life? What do
No.
you think is the biggest illusion that society perpetuates, and how has it affected your life?
I got
okay.
one.
I got one, and I'll make it as brief as possible because it's kind of taboo. But
Ooh.
Did you say
politics,
brief? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
politics. That I don't. Political parties are just disgusting, and they're my family are very, very Democrat, and if I go middle of the road, they think I'm the opposite. They think I'm the bad guy, and it's just I Washington said that we should never have political parties, and he was right. It's a delusional thought that you ever vote for political parties. It should be people standing on their own merit. That's it. Okay, that's enough.
Good answer.
Nice.
Trista?
I would say the illusion of our differences. I think we're all the
Ooh.
same at the core, and I think understanding that and knowing it would just change everything.
Yeah. Good. Good. All right. I'll reread the question. What do you think is the biggest illusion that society perpetuates, and how has it affected your own life? Some people in chat kind of spaced it because of Green Jesus is visiting everyone in chat. It seems like so.
I think without pondering on it super super heavy, I would say that you have to work hard to get things in life
Ooh.
because I've always worked hard to get what I've wanted in life, but I've also seen how other people just it's not so much hard work, but it's like discipline and persistence.
Stick to itiveness kind of thing.
Yeah, as opposed to necessarily having to work hard. So I think that if you're in that mindset where you're worthy of attaining everything and just kind of following that disciplined life, that you can get those things, that it doesn't always require you to work so hard, which even saying it sounds like so contrary to everything, but I think that there's an illusion definitely with that.
Cool. I would say the biggest illusion that society perpetuates is our illusion of freedom. I think
Mm.
that's probably the one I would go with because it's perpetuated everywhere. And to tack onto that is that, and this kind of plays into yours, Millie, to your point, is that you have to do this and have to do that and have to write a bestseller and to achieve a level of success. Whereas they might look at a monk. Oh, we brought up a monk earlier. Uh, they may look at a monk. We look at a monk one way, but society in general will look at that monk. Oh, you wasted your entire life setting somewhere on a rock, looking off into space, or with your eyes closed. And where we see the value in that, but society in general may see it as a complete wasted life, whereas we know the difference. But I think it really comes down. I'll stick with my answer of being the biggest illusion is our illusion of freedom. Because you start going down that path and you'll realize that we don't need so many of these governing bodies in our lives. We don't need that. I think once we achieve a certain state of being, that our governments will be very small if they even exist at all. Because you won't have to worry about needing the police because everybody will be, in a sense, amiable to getting along with everyone else. It'll be like the societal norm. The societies where it's kind of unwritten, but everybody's polite. It's kind of like doing the right thing. We talked about this last week. It's about doing the right thing. Do we do it instinctively? But yeah, you could rabbit hole in this one. So,
I like
you,
that.
you ready for the next spin?
Let's spin it.
All right, because we're getting kind of close.
Yep, I got confidence it's going to be Tristan.
Yeah, it will be Trista. Oh, no, it's going to be Millie.
Ah, you know what? How about I go ahead and let Trista pick her number 2 question? Did we do your number 2 question? Let's do your number 2 question.
She already did it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Trista's
so
got 1 and
technically I was
3.
the one. I was the one that was lagging after Trista caught up.
Oh, right. Yep.
oh, you don't have an. Oh, okay. So let's do another one.
My
Here.
my number 2 question was what I did, the one that I asked. But yeah,
You
it's
can't.
true though. I'm not the only one who's only done one question, so whatever.
Yeah,
Doesn't
take it.
matter.
Take
Go,
it, Trista.
go, Millie. Go.
But you've done like all of my
Uh,
questions. Then you would have done all 3 of my questions. You're good.
okay. If you could give something to the world as a collective or as individuals with the goal of helping them ascend or grow spiritually, what would that be? It could be tangible or intangible.
Nice.
Is that too much for having a minute and 48 seconds left?
That's almost too much without green Jesus. All right.
Well, it looks like you're being skipped anyway, Millie.
Yeah, I'm out of rotation, so thank goodness. Go ahead, guys. Ponder that.
Well, I would think that I would love to give everyone the knowledge that meditation is a personal thing and it's okay. A lot of people said, "Oh, I can't quiet the monkey mind," and it's not about quieting the monkey mind. It's just not engaging in it and getting that whole concept into people's heads about that meditation comes in many forms, and all it's about is clearing the heads and living your life. I think that's what you're trying to say. I'm not sure exactly what your question is, and then I might have taken my own
Yeah, can you
personal.
repeat it?
Uh,
Can you repeat
yeah,
that
if
question?
you could give something to the world with the goal of helping them ascend, what would that be?
Ooh. I'd have to go with the gift of truth, with truth, as being able to see the truth in everything. That would make it a little bit difficult initially, but once people understood what was happening to them, I think it would make the world a lot better place. Because you'd see through all the nonsense that you deal with. You'd see through even television shows. It's like the UFO community is all abuzz because some certain Hollywood person mentioned something about seeing something one night. And it's like, come on, really? But, each person, even if I'm not going to say who it is or what show it is, but, there's people out there that enjoy this stuff. So I'm not going to dog out their Hollywood person. But really, I'd have to go with that, with the truth.
That's pretty up there. I think the only thing that could top that is give them the gift of remembrance.
Ooh,
Mm,
yeah.
If you remember who you really are, you remember why you came down, like to lift that amnesia.
All your abilities.
That's
Mm-hmm.
good.
Oh, yeah, Millie.
Yeah,
To remember
Yeah.
why you're here. That's beautiful.
yeah,
That's powerful.
yeah.
And Scotty's here for chocolate and breeding.
Oh,
mm.
Scotty.
That's awesome. Dude.
Uh, all right.
Whew.
Are
And
we
my
wrapping this up?
answer,
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
your
your
answer.
answer.
Yeah.
Answer,
my
please.
answer, I've been thinking about this for a while. Um, fresh, clean, frequency
Underwear.
charged water. Because I was thinking about it like as in like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, like you can't really rise up until you have your base needs met. And what is the most base need is water, clean water.
Hmm.
And then if we can, you know, add a little magic to that, then even better.
Hmm.
That's interesting. Yeah.
We don't get more basic than that.
Thank you, Clint.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, good one. Yeah,
All right. Well, that was fun.
it
And
was.
we got to answer a lot of questions. We only had a couple left there, 5 left, a handful. And we even got to explore some funny stories. So I love it. I thank you all for your candidness. That was good. Chat, you are amazing. There's a lot of stuff going on. I love how lively you are at this time of day. It's wonderful. I appreciate you guys all coming out, all 18 of you and more possibly. I'm
Oh,
sorry if I
18.
missed
Wow.
you.
We had 22
Yeah,
at once, at one time.
really. I
Yeah.
love it.
Of course we
Really.
did. It's always 22.
Of
All right.
course. Yes, that's right. 22. That's our number. Well, next week we're back to the regular stuff. And if you guys like this, let us know. Come back and leave a comment, and we will do it again. Maybe going forward next time we'll do some of your questions. We'll figure out,
Hmm.
what
That
you
would be
guys
fun.
want answered, right? And we'll do questions from the community. So come back and comment and leave a question or two to give us something to work off of, and then in a few weeks we'll come back and do this again. Thank you all, and have a great week. Take care. Bye.
Namaste, my
Thank you.
friends.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye. Love
Bye.
you.
Love you all.